Hello everyone. So in today's video I am going to share my interview experience in one of the client round that I have faced recently. So basically, if anyone don't know about the client round, so suppose you are working in any of the org, and in that org you are working in one X project, and suppose that X project got over and all the works is done, then you got released from that project. Once you release from that project, then you need to find another project. So in the org there are multiple projects going on, so managers will reach out to you and then they will schedule the interview, and once you pass the interview then only you will get that particular project. So basically these are internal rounds or internal interview that will happen in order to map to the another project. So in this interview is also depends like on the basis of project. Like in some project, the developers who are working there, they will evaluate you and then they will map to the project. And in some project, client will take the rounds, and then once you will be got cleared into that particular interview, then only client will allow you to the work on that project. So recently I had got released and then I had faced multiple interviews. So in one of the client interviews, uh, it's like machine coding round. So he has asked me to build a custom input element, like custom text input element, and then he told me to optimize it further. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you about that problem. It's very simple. I have go with naive approach, very naive approach, and it's like control component, and I'm just sharing because might be possibility you will also face, so you just get prepared for this type of problem. So he told me to create like custom component, like custom text component. So what I did, like I will show you. So first I created, like I will create one component here, like I will give the name something. We'll create one component, text input, or it should be a control component, okay, JSX. Now I will write like import react basic things, and then I will export it like, or I will create something like this, export default constant, export constant text input. It's like basic a typical component, and then I want to export it default, so I will write it below, export default text input. So this is the text input, and client told me that if anybody wants to use this, they will pass value into it, on change handler into it, on focus. If they want to show any custom error, then also you need to provide that field inside this component, and placeholder, all those things should be passed from parent component, and this child will render it. So I'm going to create like that. So I will create some, so here we will get the props. So I will extract the props, I will return something here. So it's basically a text input, so I will create one text input. This is the text input and its type always is text. Then it should have a placeholder. So placeholder we are getting from above. So I will also write it here, like I will destructure the props, because these things will pass from the parent component. So placeholder will come from here, and the default value is empty string, and on change handler should be there. I will create something like this by default, and there should be on focus, or there is no need to do, it should pass, not an issue. It should be on focus there, something like this. Value should be there, and by default it's empty string, and then disabled. something like this. So these things will be passed from the from parent component, and now I will pass it here. Very simple, like it's a very simple component. On change, okay. Then what is that? Value will come here. Then I also pause disabled. Okay, and on focus also I will put. So this is our custom component and anyone can use it now. And also I will create one span here, or I will create one div, and here I will show. So here also we can pass error message. It should also have empty string as a default value, and I will pass here error message, and I will give some style here. So I will give color red, fine. So I think this is the complete. Okay, so here we have created one props and we are passing placeholder, on change, on focus, all those things from the parent component, and this is a simple input element. It's a text element, and then we are also showing the error if any error is coming. Okay, fine. So this is our custom input that I have created. Now I need to import it somewhere. So in app.jsx I will use this. So I will write text input. Okay, fine. And now if I will go to my here, if you see here, I am getting it, but right now it will not work because we have not passed any props. Okay, now I will pass all those things. So basically I already told you that I'm going to create a control component, like all the state on change handler will be there. Okay, we are controlling via our own end. So I will create like input value, something like I will create use state in order to track the value, use state, and then constant. I will also create for error message, set error message, use state, empty string. Okay, now we will also pass handle change function, okay, and then this handle change function will accept event object, and it will and now I will first I will directly save it in the state event.target.value. Fine. So here I will pass now. In value I will pass input value. It is simply a state, and in the state we keep changing the value whenever anybody tries to put any text into the input element. So yeah, value is there. Then I will pass on change handler. Okay, on change we will pass handle change, and placeholder. Need to check like placeholder we are showing it small. Here we are passing small. Okay, so I will also pass here small, and then enter value. Fine. Okay, this is I think enough. I am not going to pass any on focus or anything. One more thing, error message I will pass. Yeah, this is fine. Now if I will go here, if you see I am getting enter value, and if I am changing it, it is changing. That is working fine. Now I will, now client told me that just show error message, some error message. So like if suppose that anybody putting the space, okay, so he told me that show the error, and if anybody removing it, then remove the error as well. So in order to do that, what I have done, like I will just checking e.target.value. Very simple. includes, okay, if it is there is space, then set error message space not allowed. And if it is not, then we need to remove it. Remove the error message from the component. Basically something like this. If I will go here now, I will type SSS, okay, contain, then I need to empty it, otherwise it's wrong. Yeah. Okay, fine. Now I will refresh it, and now I will run. See that it is working fine, but once I put the space, immediately show me the space not allowed. It is showing me. Now once I removed it, every space, it's removed. So something like this, I need to show the error message. So this is working fine. Now if I will go here in the text input, okay, and I will put console log, I will put one count here, that is fine. Yeah, okay, so default 1 2, that is fine. Now again I'm doing it default 3 4 5 6 7, so it's keep rendering when I'm changing it, like when I'm changing any input or when I'm calling on change, each and every time our state gets updated and then this whole component re-render. Now client told me that you need to optimize it, like suppose once this error message input value or error message will change, then only this component will re-render, otherwise it will not re-render. Suppose I will create one state here, test state, okay, set test state use state, okay, and what I'm doing, I'm making it true or false something, okay, like it's for true, so I will making it, and here I will create one button test, okay, and I will put on click, then I will, when anybody click on it, then I will set the test state to false or true false, test to test state, and it should be toggle between true or false, okay, something like this. So now I'm refreshed again, okay. Now what I will do, I will putting it, see that it is rendering. So our text input is rendering, default 1 2 coming, now 3 4, that is fine, okay. Now suppose if anybody, I will clear it. Now I click on test, then also 1 2 coming, if I will calling test again 3 4. So this he not want, like suppose if I am clicking on the test, then this input element should not re-render. Right now if you see I'm clicking on multiple times, it keep re-rendering. So he want that it should be optimized, and if only the props, those are passed into it, like suppose input value, error message, if any one of them is changing, then only it will re-render, otherwise if any other state is changing in the parent component, it should not re-render. So he told me how you will solve this. So I told him, okay, if you want that, then we need to use react.memo, it's a header component, so that we can stop the re-rendering of the child component, okay. Once any of the components or any of the props will change into this particular component, then only it could re-render. So what I did, I went to the, so he told me just do that. So what I did, I come to this text input, and then I put react dot memo, and then wrap the whole component with this, okay. So this is done, okay. Now I will go, so I thought my problem is resolved, okay. So I have put at this in the text input, and now he told me just type it. So I type hello, so it's re-rendering, not an issue, okay, because its state is changing, so it's re-rendering, so it is re-rendering, not an issue. But I will clear it. Now I click on test, then also it is re-rendering. So he told me why it is re-rendering again, like you have put a React memo, then still why it is re-rendering when I click on the test. It should not re-render, na? So I thought, okay. So then I had checked the props. Okay, so if you see in the props, value is not changing. You know that in value is not changing. On if you see placeholder is also not changing. Error message is also not changing. Okay, so what is changing? So what is happening? Like whenever you are click on this button, and when we set this test true or false, toggle it in between the true and false, whole component again re-render. This app component is re-render. Whenever it's re-rendering, if you see here, we have created one function handle change, and then this handle change we are passing in the on change. So this handle change is a function, and this function recreated every time. What is happening, like whenever it's re-rendered, it gets created newly, and its reference is like it's like a new reference coming into it. So handle change is always changing because it's a reference. Okay, so it every time it's re-rendering, it's creating it, and that's why this text input is re-rendering, because memo is not able to understand, because memo is always getting updated props, like changed props. So then what I did, like I explained him, like due to this, like it's because this function is re-rendering, and due to this whole function gets created every time, and that's why this props is changing every time, and that's why this text input is re-rendering. So he told me then how you will stop this behavior, like how you will fix this. So I told him in order to fix this, we need to memorize this particular function by using use callback. So what I did, like, so he told me that put it, like use it and show me. So I just use callback, and then I will wrap this thing inside of it, and I want this one that it should only be created the first time, like whenever this particular component gets mounted, then only this component will run and created one time, and then always you will use the memoized version of this function, so that this reference will not change and this function not recreate every time whenever this whole function will re-render. So now what I did, once I put it here, now if I will go here, I will clear it. Now I will change the value. It's re-rendering, not an issue. But when I'm clicking on the test, you will see it is not re-rendering anytime. I'm clicking it multiple times. See that? But it is not re-rendering. So this is the thing, and now client is happy and he understood, like I understood the things, and then yeah, I got the project. Okay, I'm happy into the project. So yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you like this video. This is very basic thing, and I think you guys already knows about it, but yeah, sometime people ask it, and I created this video. Might be possibility in some of you don't know about it, and in one of the interviews they may ask you this question, and it's like a machine coding round only. So I hope this video will helpful for you. If it is helpful and you got something from this video, please like and share, and thank you.